Well, hello. I'm Vanessa Short, your Saint artist, and I'm going to show you how I get ready from one compact. It has everything I need in it and just a few brushes. So join me. Okay, first let me get my hair out of my face. All right, so if you haven't heard of this makeup before, it's called Saint, formerly Mascara. She changed her name so that we could have more of our own individual businesses, and it didn't have her name Carrot in it anymore. So here it is. You will get recommended to you a couple of highlight colors, which are your foundation. These are lip and cheek colors, contour, bronzer. I'm going to use some of these, not all of them today. I've got some assorted eyeshadows, powder, illuminators. We have powder and cream illuminators. So let's get started. Especially this time of year with it being more humid, I like to use my setting spray as primer. So we have an amazing setting spray. You can use it before, in the middle, after your makeup, and it will set things. I like to use it before as a primer, and I've dampened my Perfector sponge really well and squeezed it out so it's not dripping. And then you can spray this directly on your face if you want, but it's a little bit nicer. It's a little bit kinder if you spray it on your sponge and then just kind of dab it. I like to definitely dab it like where my pores might be bigger, around my eyes first, and then I just kind of go. And we're going to let this dry before we start putting our foundation colors, which we call highlights, on. So actually, I might as well just start with my eyes. We'll let that dry, and I've already moisturized. I already moisturized before this, so I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm going to grab this color called Tangled. This is one of our cream eyeshadows, and I'm going to kind of use that as a primer too. So I already put some of that setting spray on my eyelids, so that'll help. But this is a cream eyeshadow, and everything will just kind of stick to it. It helps give some intensity to your eyeshadow colors too. So let me get my little towel so I can wipe my fingers off. Okay. So I'm going to just start with this light pink color. This one is called On Wednesdays. Has a very slight shimmer to it. And if you notice, that cream eyeshadow had a very slight shimmer to it. Not so much that it won't matter if you have fine lines or wrinkles on your eyelids or crepiness. Don't worry about it. It's just such a slight shimmer. It's not going to emphasize that. Now I'm going to grab my eyeshadow brush. I'm going to use the fluffy side, and I'm just going to grab like a neutral brown. This one is called Oak. And I'm just going to give myself a little bit more color in the crease area. And because I have heavy eyelids, I like to look straight ahead and put a little bit just above my crease. And I'm just kind of blending as I go. Nothing fancy. I'm not a fancy eyeshadow person, so I just like to get it on and have a easy look. But this makeup is so cool. It's customizable. Everything's magnetic, so it's not going to fall out. It's travel friendly because it's either cream or powder. There's no liquids. You can just leave it right in your purse when you're going through traveling and security and all that good stuff, which is really cool. I'm going to grab another color. This is just kind of a sparkly, kind of a coppery color. It'll go with my shirt. And I'm just going to pat a little bit of that right on the center of my eyelid to give it a little extra pop. Now this one does have more of a shimmer in it. And I personally feel like if you like glitter, if you like shimmer, wear it. I don't care what age you are. It doesn't matter. For me, I like to kind of keep that in the lid area. And then I'm going to just use the other side of this brush, and I'm going to grab some of my Vanilla Dust setting powder, and I'm just going to use that to kind of carve out my eyebrow a little bit. Later, I might put a little bit of shimmery illuminator right up in this area. But for now, we'll just do that, and then I'm going to blend it a little bit. All right, that's good for me. I just like a simple eye look. And then I'm going to grab the small, I'll use the big side of this brush. I'm going to fill in my eyebrows a little bit with the same oak color. A lot of times I'll use my contour for this too, so whatever you're comfortable with. Just get that on. I usually start in this arch area because that's my weakest area, and then I just kind of work the rest of it in here and kind of flick it up. We do have a brush that has a spoolie end, so you can use that, but I'm just trying to stick with 3 brushes today. Okay, I'm going to grab this cream eyeshadow that I have called Arabian Nights, and I'm going to use this as eyeliner. So I'm going to run it about halfway on the bottom. And then I'll probably run it all the way on the top. Really just to kind of thicken up my eyelashes. And it's nice because you can get it close in there and it's like a smudgy look, but if you're not precise, like I'm not precise with my eye makeup, you can't really mess up. You can't really mess up any of this makeup. So when you're ready for a color match, when you're ready to get some, let me know. I want to help you choose your colors. They look very different online, and if you notice when we flip over, a lot of the foundation colors look very yellow, and you'll go, oh, that's not my color. That's what I'm here for, and you'll be surprised how they blend so nicely. You'll see. Okay, so eyes are done. My Stay Spray is all done. You know, it's dried quite a long time ago. So let's start with our makeup. We can apply this with our fingers. We can apply it with a brush. I am just going to show you with my fingers. I'm going to start with my contour. You're going to think it's really dark and you're going to be a little bit afraid. Do not worry. Everything blends seamlessly. I like to make sure I get it close to my hairline there. I'm going to put a little bit just above where my cheekbone dips in so I can get a little extra lift. So pretty much on my cheekbone. I'm going to put a little bit along my jawline. I have some blemishes right here I'm going to cover up at the end. And then I like to just put a little bit right here too. I don't put it here because we usually have a natural shadow there and I don't want to emphasize that anymore. I also don't put it right here where I dip in because if I add it, it's just going to give me more of that gel look. So I want to stay away from that. Okay, so when you get this makeup, there's always a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out on yourself. If there's any problems with the colors that I've chosen for you, we'll make that right. Don't worry. Hang on, got something in my eye. But that's what I'm here for. I have been trained to pick the right colors, and as your artist, I will help you. Okay, so I took a little bit of that contour. I just rubbed it in both of my fingers, and I'm just kind of putting my fingers close together, and I'm drawing a line straight down. The narrower that line is in the middle, the narrower your nose will look. And then I like to put a little bit on the tip, and I'm just taking whatever's left over, kind of putting it right under my lip to create a little bit of a shadow. Okay, contour's done. Next thing I'm going to do is my brightening or pop color. This is just still foundation, okay? And our contour is considered foundation too because it does have coverage. So a little bit down the center of my nose, inside corner, outside corner, either side of nose. If you feel like you have a little bit of a shadow here, like I do, I like to dab a tiny bit there. You can put some here if you want. Just kind of, it's definitely a brightener. Next color is our main highlight. You might also hear it called the bridge. Still foundation. And I'm just going to dot this in between everywhere else that I didn't put the makeup. That's why it's called the bridge. We're bridging the colors together. And I also like to take that brightening color and just put a tiny bit right here. It's a great way to kind of tie in if your neck is lighter, and it just makes that pop of the contour on your cheekbone even more noticeable. Okay. So there we go with that. Now you can add your cheek color now. Let's do it. This one's called Frenchie. I'm going to put it right up in this area. And I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, she looks crazy. You can use this on your lips too. You can use any of these on your lips. But watch the magic when this blends. So this is our 3D brush. I'm going to use the fluffy side of it. You can use the pointy side if you want. Sometimes when people are applying their makeup with their brush, they'll use the pointy side for contour, maybe getting in the corners, things like that. But let me show you how quickly and easily this blends. It's like butter. I like to start with my lighter colors, and I just really kind of push it in and swirl it. And just really get it in there. If you feel like you're having a hard time right here, you can use your fingers. You can flip that brush over to the pointy side. And it always amazes me. People are always like, ooh, aren't they gonna all muddle together? But they don't. They stay in their places and they blend seamlessly. So I'm gonna get all that light color blended first. And then I'm going to do my darker colors. So I kind of go from the top down, I guess. Really make sure when you do the contour up here that you're getting it into your hairline. You don't want to leave it like that and have a shadow and then a white line. So make sure that you blend that nicely. You can also add a little bit of bronzer if you want at this point. The bronzer is super concentrated. It's very, very creamy. So you don't need a lot of it. And if you notice, bronzer is very warm, contour is going to be cooler. You will probably have, you may have different colors than this, but that's what I'm here for, to help you choose. Okay, so I just put a little bit of that bronzer. I can even add it right here as I'm blending my cheek color and my contour. Make sure you're keeping that contour in a upward motion. We don't want to drag that down. Okay. I'll add a little dot of bronzer over here while I blend this side. And don't forget your jawline. It must be cold right there. Okay, there we go. And don't forget your nose. Okay, so we're done with our foundation. If you want to touch up or add a little bit extra, you totally can. Like, I'm usually red under my nose, so I tend to take a little dot of my main highlight and I just kind of add a little bit extra. And if I need a little bit right here. And then I'm going to grab that multitasker brush. I'm going to use the small side and I'm going to cover these couple of blemishes. So I'm going to dot directly on them. This is my hormonal acne popping up. Okay, and while those are sitting there warming up, I'm going to grab a little bit of illuminator. I'm going to use this cream one today, and I'm just going to go down my nose. I love this as lip gloss or at the bow right there. Top of the cheekbone. Just the creams for illuminator just create this beautiful candlelit glow when the light hits it. So it's a much more subtle glow than if you use the powder. And I'm going to take a tiny bit of that and just put it right under my brow to give a little bit of shimmer. And then you know what? I'm going to grab this powder one. This one's called Glamazing, and I'm just going to dot it right on the inside of my eye. I always feel like this is like the wake up for my eye. If you get a little too much, don't worry, just blend it. And now that this is all warmed up, I'm just going to dab it with my finger. I wiped that off so I don't have any shimmer on there. And just pat it until it disappears. Just like that. Now you can set with the setting spray again, or you can do a powder if you want. Sometimes I'll just take my sponge that already had some of that setting spray on it, and I'll just kind of pat to blend a little extra. This is going to leave you with a nice dewy finish. If you want more matte, totally add powder. Another little trick, if you want to really pop your contour right here, you can just take your finger and go like that. And that's it. You're done. It's a beautiful, healthy glow. The makeup will stay all day, and everything was out of one compact. And I only used 3 brushes. So I could throw all of this into my purse and be done for traveling. All right, you guys, have a beautiful day. If you have any questions, I'm Vanessa Short, your Saint artist, and I can help you get your custom color match. It's super easy. Link is in my bio, or message me anytime. Have a beautiful day.